Hello, everybody. Welcome to Irongeek Cast number 108, C-Bus. How's everyone doing tonight?
I am doing awesome. it's been it's been nice and cold. The cold is crisp air, and I'm sipping on a nice cold Slurpee, and I got a serious brain freeze. Yeah, I'm not normal.
We know.
Okay,
That is more than obvious.
Oh my god.
I'm sitting here
Anyone
with
else?
data for B-Sides Columbus.
Uh-huh.
I am doing well. It's been a busy week, but a good week thus far. Playing with some old school coding, if you even want to call it that. Doing some old school batch files, which I haven't done in years, but it's good stuff and fun. How are you, Darren?
Oh, not too bad. We've been kind of mixed. It's been alternating between slow and busy, so yeah, that's the rigors of life.
Yeah, I can see that.
Uh-huh. Anyone else?
How about you,
I'm
Gendo?
doing-
Oh,
Yeah.
Mary.
Yeah, I'm doing friggin' great. I'm doing like 1,900 things at the moment, and my kids next to me, and
Hi.
enjoying this new gig. So I'm gonna be listening in, and I'll pop in if I have something to say.
I'm telling you
Mary,
right now.
Mary currently is stabbing a sheep.
Well, I'm telling you right now that
This
that
cat.
music.
Yeah.
Oh, she's stabbing cats.
I'm making his cat that he's got up there. I'm making
My baby
I'm making
Night
him,
Fury.
Yeah, I got to put the base down first, and then I got to add to the black fur to it and stuff.
No, she already beheaded it.
No, I'm making the head now. But yeah.
But that music is so relaxing. It reminds me of like kind of like a mixture of the Odd Couple. Like if you listen to the melodies.
It's on Undertale. It's got some really good soundtrack actually. So she's playing Undertale.
Megalovania is my favorite.
Megalovania is very good. It's really good on piano too. But yeah, you can check that out.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had hair, I'd dye it.
What happened?
If I had hair, I would dye it.
Well, yeah, especially if it starts going gray.
Oh no! If I had hair, it'd be some off the wall stuff. Maybe gold one day.
Did you see that crazy thing I posted of my Facebook with the regular color on top and the rainbow underneath? Because I want to do that so bad now.
I hollered out, almost spill out my coffee. Almost spilled my coffee. The poor black rifle was about to be on the table, but I made it. I love that coffee, by the way. That's my little plug.
Okay, we'll hit Gendo, and then I want to ask about the black rifle.
Let's talk about it.
Gendo, you're up. How was your week?
Pretty good. I got a Night Fury and a hover battleship, and just having fun over here.
What?
A Night Fury and a hover battleship. I'm playing Terratech.
Oh, I was going to say, is that in a game or like real life things?
Oh, if I had it real life. Oh, you hear about it on the news. Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Charles. So, Black Rifle Coffee. Is that what you said it was called?
Yes.
What's special good about it?
It's just like a smooth like blend. Like it's like it's not like a damn sure ain't like Folgers, and even better than Starbucks in my opinion. You know who put me on to Black Rifle Coffee? Evil Mog.
Oh, okay.
Evil Mog put me onto it, and I've been hooked ever since. And I mean, you save money too, and it's veteran owned too. So
Nice.
Anytime I can support like the veterans in that way, then it's veteran owned and it's veteran operated as well too.
Cool.
Anytime I can support that's good stuff. And plus, I'm a coffee head. Like I love looking for like local coffee shops to support them. Still to this day,
Nice.
because
Wait,
like
Starbucks isn't local to you?
No, it's local. Ha 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 ha. No, it's around the corner from me. It's a dangerous combination because it's Starbucks, then there's Subway, and then there's
Maggie Moo's Car Wash.
GameStop, and then there's the food spot. It's just dangerous. I can't go around that corner. It makes me nervous.
Nice.
And plus, like working from home, that's just not the move. And then there's a deli down the street which they know me by name, and even Starbucks they know me by name too sometimes. So they'll come in, like I'll come in, they'll be like Charles, and I'll come in and just do my little dance, and yeah.
Is it the Carlton?
It's not even the Carlton. It's just the Charles.
It's the Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And
Go ahead.
I came in this morning dancing to some techno music, techno NES. Do 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 do. Yeah. Well, as you can see in the video, I was charged up this morning. I was like,
Yes. Like 120 watts.
Yeah, and it was 21 degrees outside today, so it was beautiful.
Oh, so it evened out.
Oh, the cold, crisp. That's the thing. Winter's my season because it's the air is so cold and crisp and clean. Oh.
Are you sure you're not Russian or like a Northern Canadian?
I am not Russian, not Northern Canadian. I'm a New Yorker.
Wait. You mean like Rah Rah Rasputin?
No. Why would you do that?
I can set it off. I
did it on the school bus, and everybody on the school bus was just screaming it.
Yeah.
I love it. Like
we can have nice things.
Don't blame the kids. The kids are awesome.
That's right.
You know what? Yes, they are. Listen now. The kids keep things nice and simple and fun.
Yeah, no, I have video that says otherwise. You love hanging out with her.
Ooh.
You have so much fun.
Slander.
No, you have so much fun with her.
Somebody's not telling the truth, Gendo. What's up? See?
Okay. I did want to come back to GameStop. So I'm not a gamer. How big is GameStop's online presence?
I don't know how big their online presence is, but only reason. Okay, here's the thing. And the only reason I go to that specific GameStop is because of the people.
Yeah, which is cool. But I'm just wondering what their online presence is, because over the years we've seen a lot of games go from physical to web-based or downloadable or whatnot.
They have an online presence. Don't get me wrong. They have an online presence. They do have an online presence.
Yeah,
you can buy their stuff online. The only reason I physically go to the store is because of the people. They've always been nothing but like nice and helpful.
Yeah, and
I just like me and. I'm probably the best consumer that a lot of people would ever love to have if you own grocery stores and all this other stuff. Because if you're nice to me, then that's just like, okay, I would love to come back. And I do come back. And I try to bring more people.
Yeah.
So same thing with with GameStop. Anytime there's like a game and even they'll see like they saw a Cuphead doll, right?
Yeah.
And they said, dude, we got all 3 Cupheads. We're not going to even put them on the shelf. We're going to save them for you because they know I'm a Cuphead fanatic. I was like, So I said, you guys are the best. He said, oh, no problem. Thanks for always supporting us. That was cool. Like, I like stuff like that.
Yeah, that is cool.
So,
I mean, because one of my ways of thinking, or one of the paths I'm thinking, since you say GameStop, is, directly through a platform. And I wonder how long it will be until we don't even have like physical gaming media, that it's all directly downloaded to a platform. And so kind of like those third-party middlemen, like a GameStop.
Steam does
2022.
Yeah, Steam does a lot of that already, and a lot of those are that way. Like most of the stuff that we play in the house is off Steam accounts. Like I don't think I've physically bought a game disc in probably 8 years.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, because even World of Warcraft, all that's just all BattleNet downloads, and What's the one that we're playing now? Astroneer. That one just
Oh,
went.
I love Astroneer.
That's
Yeah.
and you all need to get it and come multiplayer with us after
Yes.
stream. But yeah,
I think the last game I bought physically was probably Mass Effect 2 back in like 2010 or 2011. So yeah, it's been like 8-9 years for me.
Yeah. And like, my way of thinking was like, where's GameStop going to be in the future? You know, and
They're
you
gonna be
mentioned,
gone.
yeah, it's kind of my
They're gonna
thought.
die.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought. But I was also thinking about whenever Charles was talking about, shoot, what'd you say, Charles?
What, supporting the people or
Yeah, support, but how they are personalize, you know,
yes.
your experience.
Mhm.
Thinking about grocery stores, and they have the self checkout now. You know,
Yeah.
and you go in a grocery store, you'll see 2 aisles out of 15 open now,
Mhm.
and everything they're trying to pipe you through to self checkout.
I'm not
Because,
gonna lie. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
well, I was just going to say it reduces their overhead. They don't have to employ as
Mhm.
many people.
Yeah.
People see it as being more efficient,
Mhm.
whatnot.
I
But
don't see it reducing the price.
Well,
no,
here's the
it
thing.
doesn't. It
No.
increases their revenue and their profit base.
Because here's the thing. Now I get groceries delivered, so I rarely
Ooh.
even go. Yeah, I don't even go to the grocery store unless I really, really have to
Yeah.
for like one item. But I use Instacart to do my grocery shopping. So I use Instacart, and then they deliver it. Because if you buy a certain amount of groceries, delivery's free.
Okay.
So I'll do all my grocery shopping there, and then they deliver it to your house, and they can put it up for you if you want to.
Yeah, you have to be careful with Instacart though, because they do. If you actually look at the website, like I shop at Sam's Club as well, and if you look at the website for Sam's versus Instacart, they actually raise the price of each item a bit. That's how
Yeah,
they
they
make
do.
money on it, and so
Yeah, they
you
do.
got to really watch
Yeah.
that. So
well, and also
Yeah,
a
they
lot of
do
these
that.
you can go direct. Like I know Jewel will deliver direct to your house if you're up in Chicago area because I'm
oh,
going to be feeding someone this weekend. And then I know and Sam's Club I think is pickup. I don't think they delivery, but it's
they
good
do
price.
it's through Instacart,
Yeah.
but Safeway and their stores will do delivery on some regions.
Yeah.
Walmart does delivery too.
Yeah.
That's usually direct
Yeah.
or through I think like what's it, DoorDash?
Yeah.
DoorDash.
Well, like I'm saying, some of the markets, like his market, will deliver from the market itself has a delivery truck, so it's what it is, and that's actually
Yeah.
really nice. I wish our Kroger's did that, but I don't think any of them down here do. Well, then I
Yeah.
live in the middle of nowhere, so they won't
They-
come out here anyway.
They do here now, finally. For a long time, they didn't. I think like the closest one was like in Tennessee, but they do here finally in Texas. And like I said, Safeway. So like your Vons, your Safeway, Tom Thumb, things like
Yeah.
that. Those will also do delivery too.
Cool.
Because on top of that, like you said, yeah, they definitely raised the price on a lot of stuff. But what I do to to kind of like help like level it out, I go Googling for like e-coupons and all kinds of extra stuff, especially for like I like to shop at Giants. So I grab the e-coupon books and everything else and try to, keep up with sales that way too. So that way it kind of reduces the cost a little bit.
Charles is the coupon king.
Oh, my wife put me on my wife is the coupon queen. She put me on to like coupons and
Nice.
everything else. So yeah, I
Coupons.
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 I've got a coupon.
A
Yeah,
coupon.
coupon. So yeah, she put me onto a coupon, and I said "Danke."
That's right.
But yes, yeah, it's extremely helpful. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the day and age where I just want to think lazy, and anything that I could do to kind of like combat that, I just do. Like this week alone, so the OSCE is on hold for a while.
Yeah.
Because again, the government shutdown shut a lot of stuff down. So I'm just kind of being choosy with my money. And since I'm paying out of pocket, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of on hold with that. But in the meantime, just still doing web stuff and still doing SE stuff too.
Yeah.
Been spending a lot of time in the cloud for SEs. Well, a lot of time in like just researching what's out there as far as like competition for like MSS and cloud in general, and just getting a broader understanding of that.
Yeah.
As opposed to all the other stuff, and made a pretty good list. I'm getting ready to start to go back to RSS feeds, man. I know that sounds old school, but they, if I can find some good ones, I'm definitely looking at trying to.
Hey, I use RSS on a daily basis.
Yeah, man, it's a lifesaver. So I'm gonna start going back to that. Hook that, tie that up to my phone, and just rock.
Nice.
And that way, yeah, I was doing some keen research today. We had a couple of a lot of personnel changes getting ready to happen.
Yeah,
some more announcements tomorrow.
In a positive way.
It's
at least from your perspective.
Somewhat. What it is? One of the main guys that we had there. Like this guy had 30 years experience in the government, right? Been on government security teams, CISSP. Like he's really like on it. He's been at SC for like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And he just knows how to speak the language of the government because he's been in the military. He's been in the Navy. He used to work for the FBI. So, you know what I mean? Like he knows like the government language, the buzzwords, and how they think and operate.
Yeah.
So you're not just going to find that anywhere else. So now what's happening is like he's leaving. So now it's just kind of like, yeah. Now it's just going to be a very tough thing to replace.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Fun.
Yeah, so I'm
okay.
Happy.
With that,
let's go ahead and breach report.
Row it into the breach report.
Breach report. Breach report. Meow.
Meow. Okay, first up, we do have a couple ransomware related items since, I like ransomware. And it is kind of dying off due to cryptojacking. And I kind of called that, or was going down that road last year. Cryptojacking is just more profitable, and we would see a decrease in ransomware. And a couple reports came out over the last couple of weeks that, in fact, over 2018, we did see a decrease in ransomware overall. So, which is good news. If I'm on a security side and or a systems side, I would care more about ransomware than I do cryptojacking. Although, yeah, it may hang processes and whatnot, the data's still there. And my data's not completely screwed and have to wait all this time. All I have to do is remove an infection. So I figure in the future we will potentially see a mixture of cryptojacking and ransomware into a nice, happy little package where they encrypt all your data and then still run cryptojacking processes on top of that. We're not to that point, but that's where I figure we'll kind of migrate in the future. So with my side note, first up, we have an Australian hospital gets hit. Let me see. What was the name of this place? Oh, good. The title says Australian hospital. That's even better. Cabrini Hospital in Melbourne, Australia.
Okay.
15,000 medical records were compromised. The attackers demanded ransom and cryptocurrency for a decryption key, which we're used to.
Right.
And they're not saying the ransomware family. And the breach was announced February 25th. And so that affected, honestly, not a lot, but 15,000. But in our terms of millions, 15,000 is not huge, but they could also. Oh, and this is actually the cardiology unit. So, yep, they popped the systems and demanding payment for the decryption key.
Nice.
Next up, the title on this one is incredibly deceiving. So I'll read the title verbatim. Toyota Australia driven offline by cyber attack as Heart. Oh, never mind. As Heart Hospital hit by ransomware. So, this is actually a separate article, but they were actually referring back to the ransomware event that I was just talking about.
Right.
And so they're trying to correlate the two together, which it doesn't appear yet that there's any type of correlation. But I added in here just for fun. But they did have multiple systems taken offline, which included telephone systems, email, all kinds of stuff. So people are theorizing that it was ransomware, but they have not officially come out anywhere and said that it is. And I think they said that Charles's daughter likes to talk. Oh wait, no, that wasn't them.
I'm sorry.
That's perfectly fine. At least she's not like right in the mic. She's good background noise.
Dude, she's all the way in the other room. She's just laughing and giggling at my wife.
Nice. But yeah, essentially Toyota Australia, which I'm sure is a fairly large entity in and of itself. And you may hear my boy in the background, apparently. I mean, but to take out all their systems, that is definitely a significant event. Next up, we have UW Medicine's patient PHI left in a vulnerable state. So, University of Washington, patient health information. Let's see. They had a vulnerable web server that contained data for 974,000 patients. That one gets a little bit higher on the count. And they did bring in a firm to remediate the issue, but currently it's unknown as to whether anybody actually was able to obtain the data. But as we all know, assume that it has been captured by somebody somewhere and move on with your life. Next up, and this is the final one in the breach report. I have two links here. Cards used at 137 restaurants exposed by point-of-sale breach. So this affected North Country Business Products, who apparently own and or operate POS systems in 137 restaurants. The second document that I attached actually goes through and lists all of the different restaurants, of which I don't live like in the west, northwest, or southwest. So they're pretty heavy in North Dakota, Minnesota, heavy in Minnesota, and then they have some South Dakota locations. Let me see. Yeah, crazy heavy in Minnesota. But malware was injected, planted onto one of their POS systems that was then able to leverage and maneuver and pivot onto, sounds like, all the other POS systems. And this occurred, I mean, but even with all those restaurants, they're saying that it only affects 6,500 customers, which to me sounds low. And I'm trying to see when, yeah. And so the malware was present between January 3rd and January 24th. So you're talking 21 days, 137 restaurants, and you only have 6,500 customers. That to me sounds very low, unless they're going bankrupt. And the data compromise was cardholder's name, credit card number, expiration date, and CVV. So the whole ball of wax. And that is everything for the breach report this week. What kind of stuff you guys want to talk about tonight? Because we have other stuff listed, and we can talk about other items prior to the other stuff. Don't everybody start at once.
I don't know. Stuff and stuff.
Is that puffin stuff?
Oh man, stuff is the best. I love stuff.
Stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember puppy stuff. I know there was some show that was on, I think, around that when I was born, actually. But
Puff the Magic Dragon.
wasn't
Banana Splits.
that show from the early 70s?
You mean puffin stuff?
Yeah.
I think so.
Actually, McDonald's was sued for stealing the characters from one of those shows.
Yeah, because apparently Grimace was very much like one of their characters. So if I recall correctly.
Nice. I think there's still like puffin stuff stores around now that are pretty much like a smoker store, I think. I mean, air quotes, smoker store.
Isn't everything vaping now?
Quite a bit. But there are quite a few studies that have come out saying that teenagers who are vaping, like in the last year or two, we've actually seen teenage smoking rise for the first time in like actual real smoking, rise for the first time in like 15 or 20 years. And they're attributing that to vaping. And they're saying vaping, kids start vaping, and then that is leading them into smoking.
Yeah, but if you're already vaping, why would you want to start smoking? I mean, I've smoked before just to try it, and I don't even care for it. Vaping actually is a lot less, feels a lot less harsh.
Something about addictive personalities and needing a better high, something.
Yeah, I don't know, because honestly, like from a nicotine level, you can get higher amounts of nicotine by vaping than you even do smoking. But it could be, a peer pressure type of thing where you vape and then your best friend starts smoking and you see it as a transition.
I wonder about that peer pressure thing, because I don't see a lot of socialization anymore. Most people are always on their phones, or they're like texting each other and pressuring each other to smoke. I mean,
why don't you come outside and smoke? Or, if you're in corporate America and you just need a break, and that's the only break, potential for a break is if you go outside and smoke.
Are vape breaks a thing yet?
I used to take vape breaks back in the day. I go hang out with the smokers and vape. I mean, that, 10-minute break every 2 hours or hour, however often they did it. I was like, I'm taking full advantage of that.
I know, I'm not very talkative tonight.
Did everybody hear that Blizzard Activision laid off a shitload of people?
No.
No, what happened?
I have no idea, but I'm happy because I hate Overwatch. So.
My wife is hating World of Warcraft now because they've made some very bad changes. So.
Have they?
Well, like the latest expansion skipped a bunch of classes and things like that. That's what it sounds like from what she's told me. So.
Yeah, I don't play enough video games to really know.
Overwatch is like fundamentally broken, at least in the matchmaking sense. And then, of course, instead of fixing things, they just keep adding features.
Well, Overwatch is just pure cancer.
Yep.
So there
Is
you
it
go.
as cancerous as Fortnite though?
I would say more so. It's cancerous like League of Legends. It kind of is.
I don't even know what any of those are.
So quick history. There was a mod for Warcraft 3 called Defense of the Ancients, or Dota, which has spawned a bunch of what do you call those?
Chewies.
Not chewies. No. Endo. What's that genre called?
MMOs.
Yeah,
No,
the
not
MMOs.
not MMO. Like Dota and League of Legends.
In those games I don't play.
Trying what that genre is called, but basically you control a hero and your team has to do like a certain set of tasks to win a match, and they're very notorious for having extremely toxic communities, like
Fine.
really toxic.
There's a lot of people use the term toxic and don't know, you know.
No, like people there are fucking vile.
Yeah, it does get rough. It's your typical, but much so that some of the Xbox gamers are pretty trolly.
I figured that was just like any game in general these
No,
days.
no, some aren't as bad, and it also depends on server. Like my server in World of Warcraft is actually pretty tame, but I think that's been a long time people. So
Well, and Microsoft's actually cracking down pretty hard on bad behavior. They're doing a lot of bans and things like that for people acting like little shitheads.
Gotta love Mary's elevator music.
she's playing Undertale. She's done in half an hour, so she's gonna have to start, thinking about that and wrapping up.
Skeletons.
And when you're done, you have to go water the rabbits because I let you on here early.
These water the poor bun buns.
I love ordering rabbits, especially whenever they stand in formation and then start marching. It's the best. Okay, let's hit some of the other stuff, and then we can return to general talking. Give me 1 second, because I'm moving Darren just because I want to talk about it to the top. Okay, ad blocking with Raspberry Pi hole, Darren.
Yeah, so I'm a very big proponent of
Pie
ad
holes.
blocking. Well, yeah, yours particular, big boy, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, I like where this is going.
So
Oh,
ad
my.
blocking is a major defense. I mean, people go, "Oh, ad blocking driving of ad revenue." Well, no, fuck that shit. Ad networks are used all the damn time to sneak malware in because so many websites will use DoubleClick or QuantServe or whatever, and you get that stream, you put malware into it, and now all these websites are now infection vectors. So that's why there's massive appeal to them, and there's very little vetting into what gets shown. So blocking ads at your perimeter can be a very effective thing, and it's a fairly recent practice. Not many companies I've seen actually do it because probably various legal or compliance reasons they don't want to, or they just don't care enough.
Time and or knowledge. A lot
It
of
may be
people
time or
don't know
knowledge,
that
or
you can even do it at the perimeter.
yeah, it may just be a lack of awareness currently still too. So, but this is actually an article that they put on DShield about using a Raspberry Pi to install a small server that will, this is for home use. Obviously, if you're going to do it for corporate use, use more than a Raspberry Pi. Use an actual server. And run all your traffic through it, and it will block requests to ad server. So, ads.quantserve.com, which I know is one of them, it will then probably route to localhost or something like that. So that way, if you try and even look up the IP address of that ad hosting server, it will get basically null routed.
Yeah.
So ad blockers work by basically stopping elements from loading, things like that. So they work pretty well, but this just stops network traffic entirely to them, which is even better. I mean, there have been hacks in the past for editing your host file to load up all these ad software or ad locations to resolve to 127001. So that way, if you're trying to do an NS lookup on, again, that ad server, bam, it's black gold.
Yep.
So this is something to really consider for anyone out there who wants to shore their defense up. I highly recommend this. When I actually get my new wireless router, I'm going to be doing some of this because I want to stop a lot of that. Not only, there's ad blockers you can put for browsers, things like that, Firefox, Chrome, etc. have various plugins, but this works for no matter what you do. So if you have an application on your phone that will display ads because it's the free version, it'll stop that too. So anything that even can't run an ad blocker will benefit from this.
Now, is it just for essentially the DNS queries, or are you running your full up-down through the device?
You run your full stream through it. Sounds like from what
Okay.
I've seen. I haven't looked like too deep into it. I just know of how it works. I saw this article and I was like, hey, this is a great thing to have. It may just do DNS. It's actually can do DHCP as well. So it tells all your nodes like, here's your DNS server. It may just literally be a DNS server. I haven't looked like too deep into the software itself, but I know it does work. Pi-hole is a well-known piece of software for this.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, because that's what I'm curious about. If you're actually sending all your data through here, or if it is just DNS lookups and then not returning back the IP address. Because I mean, especially on a Pi, getting 2 NICs, and or if you are just working still with 1 NIC, so getting any home-based firewall to send and then still receive back through that same connection, that can be a pain in the ass. So,
so this may just be doing DNS, like it's an alternative DNS server, which is fairly low impact. So.
Yeah, I mean, but still, it's definitely very cool. And now I'm wondering if I could use like a Pi, because I have a spare Pi Zero sitting around here somewhere.
You probably could.
If I could use the Pi Zero for it. Because that would be a fairly simplistic, near plug and play.
I'm looking up their hardware requirements. Only requires about 50 megabytes of free space and half a gig of RAM. It supports Raspbian, Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, and CentOS, the non-ARM version.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, so whenever you said you could throw it on a server, like I was thinking, like Raspbian. I wasn't thinking like they actually do support full-blown Ubuntu and everything.
Yeah, the primary one's Raspbian because if you actually look at the instructions I mentioned on there, it does. They use Raspbian for their initial setup. Yeah, I think it actually might just do DNS, just by looking at the information a bit more, because it only does like DNS mask and it has a web server for statistics, things like that. So it might just be a plain old DNS server. That's how it does its tracking, or blocking.
Cool. Yeah, and Jack says, yes, you do use it as a DNS server. I have no issues with the 5 systems and laptops he has pointing at it. So
there you go.
Yeah, that is cool. If some people would actually show up and talk on cast, that we could have more interactive conversations.
What?
No, I was talking about that good old Jack guy.
Oh, yeah, that Jack. Well, you know what? He didn't even show up in my stream tonight, and usually he pops in. So I just went ahead and ended. So it's all you guys. It's all you.
That's what she said.
Don't get them started. Don't. I wake up in the morning. That's the first thing I get out of this kid's mouth. Hey, kid, get up, get up, get up. Like, no, I'm not gonna get up. Do what your mother said. Get up, Tilly. That's what she said last night. I'm like, really? Really? You and your damn uncle.
Okay. Yeah, that was cool. Charles, you still on, or are you playing with the daughter? Okay. He's off doing daddy stuff, probably. Yeah, I'll probably see about. I mean, but too, since they do Ubuntu and full OS based installs, I'll probably go ahead and build that out this week if I have time, and just throw it on Ubuntu. Or you said Debian too?
Let's see. I thought it said Debian. Where is
Or
it?
Debian?
Debian, yeah. So yeah, Raspbian, Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, and CentOS 7, the non-ARM version.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I actually like Debian more than Ubuntu, so
Not
just from
surprised.
yeah,
It's not Play School Linux, so yeah.
yeah.
Hey, I'm
And
not wrong.
it doesn't come preloaded with 5,000 other things.
It
Yeah.
really is though, because I did that as my quick loader for my work laptop, so I could run other shit on top of it. And yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, I'm used to having to command line everything and making stuff, and this is like an Apple.
Yeah, it's somewhat similar. I mean, that background music, wow. Highlight of my night. Okay, we'll hit this couple other things on here. North Korea has been fishing, or were, I guess the Trump summit, I think started today maybe. Trump and North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, I think. But North Korea has been fishing Taiwanese individuals ahead of it. I think it was Taiwanese. That's where it's happening, right? Taiwan? Crap, I should have actually skimmed a couple of these. Korean speaker. Yeah, but wherever they're meeting, they've been fishing the crap out of those guys. If you guys remember here, 2 months ago, Dark Overlord released 3 or 4 different items, I think it was. One of them was documents from a law firm that was surrounding the 9/11 attack. And so they released the documents, but they were encrypted. So apparently, within the last week, the decryption key has been made available. So that is now out there. And then, Darren, you threw this next one on here, I think.
Yeah, I talked about these various sextortion emails that happened probably around November, December. So basically, oh yeah, we saw you watching porn. We took video camera of it. We're gonna, show your friends and family if you don't pay us ransom. That's kind of how it works. I actually got one of these a few weeks ago that actually also included a supposed password for my email account and other various threats on there, like, oh, we've already changed your password. We can always keep changing it. And I'm like, yeah, no. Not my password. Fuck off. But this one actually includes a QR code on it that you scan and will automatically, if you have like a Bitcoin app installed on your phone, will automatically send them the actual Bitcoin payment to that wallet address.
Oh, well, that is convenient.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about service with a smile. Like, that's, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to make it so much easier for you now. Honestly, I haven't dealt with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin specifically in, 5 years now.
Yeah.
And back in the day, it was a pain in the ass to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So is it still as big a pain in the ass this day?
Oh hell no!
Or
It's a lot easier. There's a lot of exchange services that will do
Yeah,
it
because
for
there's
you.
like, I think the big one's Coinbase or something now, right?
I think so. I don't keep up too hard with it because it's all of a scam. It always is.
But I can't imagine, say my parents or anybody over the age of 60, easily. Age is relative, I know. But somebody who is not as familiar with today's technology,
Yeah.
easily obtaining Bitcoin and or knowing what the hell Bitcoin is.
Yeah. So it looks like you could do, according to the screenshot of the email they got here, if you go to like bitpay.com, you could probably like do a payment and say, where do you want to send it? You just scan that QR code and bam, sends it off. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I I know back during the gold rush. Do you guys know offhand, which I'm sure a couple of you do, who actually made the money during the gold rush?
Usually the people hosting the infrastructure, like hosting the houses and doing the food and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So the saloon, the hotels, the guys selling picks and
Selling equipment, yeah.
selling the equipment,
Yeah.
like those are the ones who made the massive amounts of money. And you think about it now, the BitPay, I think Coinbase is one of them. Who's making the massive amounts of money?
Probably the trading houses like Mt.
Yeah, the
Gox and all
exchanges.
those. Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, every week, in one way or another, I'm in the wrong line of business.
You've got morals and virtues. That's your problem.
Yeah, but still, from their perspective, which is even easier for them now, we're not talking like banks during World War II who were funding both sides and knew where the money was going. Now, they don't necessarily know where the money's going, so they can just wash their hands clean of the matter. We don't know if it's, excuse me, 1 second. We don't know if it's for a ransom payment or if it's a legitimate transfer. Because, everything's been anonymized and, our hands are clean.
Yep.
So
And that's part of cryptocurrency. It's basically, unless you can link a wallet to a specific person, which is pretty much impossible unless you have physical access to that wallet.
Yeah.
You really can't track. You can't tell what it's being used for.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, because yeah. Huh. Hadn't really thought of it that way. Definitely an interesting thought frame, though. Okay, and last up on the other stuff, we have Australian Parliament. If you guys remember, talked about this probably a month ago. The attack is now, and initially, if I remember right, I think they were blaming it on China. And now, supposedly, evidence has surfaced or the investigation's gotten to the point where they believe it was Iran. So we have that article, IT Security Guru. You can read through the article. They're usually pretty good about their stuff. I mean, from a reporting perspective. But that is everything we currently have on the notes.
Wow, we finished that in less than an hour. Holy crap.
Yes, we did. Anybody doing any fun gun stuff this week? I haven't done anything gun related, so.
Yeah, I'm going shooting tomorrow, so looking forward to that because we kept putting it off because of shit getting in the way.
Yeah. Speaking of shooting, let me see if I can. Man, what was that thing called? It's a speed loader, for ARs.
Well, there's several, so be more specific.
Yeah, what was that one? Not that.
This is for later discussion. This is a promise apparently I'm not going to keep for practical reasons.
What's that, Adrian?
This is for later discussion, but I put a link in the chat.
Oh, okay. Crap. Well, I'll find it.
It could be Maglula, could be Kamenga, could be there's a couple of them.
Yeah, I need pictures. Actually, yeah, images. Yes, that thing. What is that? No. Okay, take me to the item. Oh, give me 1 minute. Okay, apparently Midway sells it. Jack could come on cast and be more enjoyable with his comments. Oh, horse shit. Okay. I'll find it at some point here and let you know what it is. Oh,
Alright.
Caldwell. There
Oh,
it is.
Caldwell, the bag charger.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I've not used them, but I've heard good things about them.
Yeah, I was looking this thing up. This thing looks sweet. I'm throwing over into the side here now.
Yep.
But I watched a couple YouTube videos on it, and it is fairly adaptable. The guys reviewing it aren't, paid or nothing, but I don't think I heard one bad thing about it. And one guy said he had loaded something like 300-400 different magazines so far with it, with like no issues. And holds like 50 rounds at a time.
Yeah, it's designed to hold a whole box, so that you can load a whole box at a time.
Yeah, which was just freaking awesome. And I think it was start to finish. One of the guys was actually timing himself, so putting the box in, doing the stuff. It was like 12 seconds.
Yeah, there was the guy who timed it. He timed it using the mag lula, using the strip lula, using the mag pump, and I think one other.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're all pretty fast, so it's just a matter of getting the repetition down.
Yeah. Freaking sweet. Okay. Well, does anybody else have anything for live cast tonight? You can say no.
I don't really know.
Okay, who else is on? Oh my gosh, Jack showed up. Jack, you got anything for live cast tonight?
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Charles, he's muted, so not even gonna ask him. Adrian,
I think I'm done.
up to you. We can go ahead and live and go to after show.
Gotcha. Bye, folks.
Later, everyone.